Hello and welcome back. Right, today I want to talk about a subject which I've noticed is affecting me, and I've noticed there's been a few synchronistic bits of information that have come up to me in my emails, in my YouTube feed, which have confirmed my suspicions about what exactly is going on with me at the moment. And I think it might be something that's affecting a lot of other people. It's on a topic that I would call spiritual biorhythms. We all know you get affected physically by different natural cycles, like the moon travelling across the sky and hormonal things happening in your body, all at different ages and stages. You will have your own physical biorhythms, but you also have at the same time these spiritual waves of energy and shifts in mood and how you're able to take in and process things, and how it's affecting you in your everyday life. We all fluctuate in our moods and our levels of energies, and sometimes we don't really understand why. You might have had a good solid 8 hours sleep last night, but you wake up exhausted. That's probably something to do with your spiritual biorhythms and what's going on with you in that respect, how the spiritual energies are affecting you at a cellular level in this physical body. So you will produce physical, mental, emotional symptoms as a result of things that are happening energetically and affecting you from the spirit world. Okay. Now, I guarantee that you will have experienced much of what I want to talk about today, and I think for a lot of people who are maybe new to some of these topics, you might not really understand, you might misinterpret how you feel, and it's really just so that if you experience these things, you will maybe have an understanding of what's triggering them and what you can do about it, and mostly know that it's not permanent, it's not something wrong with you, it's all to do with processing energies and such. So at the moment there is a vast tuning up of the sort of foundation level of energy on the planet. We keep getting these sort of waves of new energy being introduced, and it's inching up the vibration of the planet, and it's affecting us all massively. It's a whole new topic to everyone, even myself. I've been studying it for many years, but it's new territory. We're like the frontiers people here. We're figuring it out, as we cut through the wilderness of all these new age topics. We're right at the front line of it all, discovering things for ourselves. And this is something that I'm discovering and I'm passing on to you. So when you first begin to wake up, excuse me, when you start having these questions, in your mind about what it's all about and what you should be doing and why are you here, and you're sort of led, like following the breadcrumbs to different topics. You go through a phase which is commonly known as receiving a download. Now, it's no dramatic big thing, but basically it's like you develop within you this thirst for knowledge about a certain topic. It could be anything, you start watching YouTube videos, you're listening to podcasts, you're reading books on the subject, you're following threads on social media and getting all the different viewpoints, and it's really fascinating to you, and you feel excitement and energy and passion for this thing, and you're just on your own little voyage of discovery and trying to make sense of it in your head. And this can, go on for quite some time, or it can be quite a short, where you immerse yourself in the topic and you sort of cram in all this knowledge. And it's a very powerful time when you have a lot of energy for absorbing knowledge. And this knowledge is going in, and what you may not realise is, like, every word you're reading affects your energy. Every note of music, all the things you're experiencing in life, they're sort of affecting you physically and cellularly. So when you go into these downloads and you're obsessed with a certain topic, usually a mind expanding topic, and you're reading about these new ideas, new to you, you've never been taught it in school. Mostly people around you don't talk about it. It's kind of groundbreaking subjects for you, and you dive into it, and it's really shattering a lot of old beliefs. And as you do that, as you expand your mind and consciousness to take in new ideas and concepts, what you'll find is that you're shattering these older rigid beliefs that you've maybe been carrying with you for decades, and as you do that, it's impacting you in a cellular way and in a physical way. And the more you're cramming in, you will at some point hit a wall physically where you just have to stop, and it can overwhelm you. It can feel, I find it happens to me sometimes where I'm pursuing a new subject and I'm digesting the information and I'm messing about with it in my head, and I'm looking at it from all angles, and it's all swinging, going along swimmingly, and then suddenly I'll just hit this wall where it'll just overwhelm me, and I'll feel total confusion. I'll feel as if I've learnt nothing and I don't understand any of it, and I sort of run off from the subject. I have to back off quickly. I have to drop it. I have to just go away and sort of rest from the topic. You have to put it down and go away and absorb it and integrate it, and allow it to sort of ripple through all your different systems. And this can result in you feeling really tired, possibly confused, overwhelmed. It can sometimes affect you as like an energetic dip, and it can cause you to be experiencing mild illnesses and things like that, because it's as if you're a bit burnt out, your nerves are a bit raw, and you've just gone one step too far. You've just taken in too much knowledge for your conscious mind and even your body to process. And what happens is you hit this kind of crash and you step back and you question whether you should have, whether any of it made sense, and what on earth you were doing pursuing that subject. And you run back to safe places in your life, like watching, recordings of TV shows, or reading old favourite books, sleeping in, and sort of eating comfort food. You have this kind of dip, and you're forced to stop while your batteries recharge. And this can be known as like the hermit phase. This is a kind of, you feel a desire to withdraw from a lot of social things, activities that drain you. You literally physically need to go off and recharge your batteries. And as you're doing that, as you're sort of putting a halt on a lot of the things that drain you and distancing yourself from people who may be very draining to you, your body at a cellular level and all your energetic layers and such are all integrating higher energy knowledge, and you, not a single crumb of that knowledge has been in vain. You will have absorbed it all. It's part of you. I pluck things out of my mind, when I'm doing some of these videos and things that I learned years and years and years ago, and didn't even know I remembered until you're in the middle of one of these juicy conversations about something, and there it is. You've got it. You've filed it away in there. It's a part of you. You've sort of built it into the bones at a cellular level, and you will retain the benefit of everything, all that hard work you put into learning about that topic. And what you have to do, because people can get quite confused, when they kind of exhaust themselves pursuing things that are a little bit beyond their normal day-to-day comfort zone. They will get very drained. They can become a bit ill. They can feel like they have to go away and lick their wounds a wee bit and hibernate from society and stuff like that. And then what you can find, as you gain this new knowledge and it's affecting you cellularly and you're processing all that, you are raising up your own vibration. And when you do that, it can trigger like a ripples in the pond effect in your life. And you might notice it results in you feeling a wee bit dissatisfied with certain things, or you can notice tensions in relationships, or you kind of looking at the job you do, or some habits that you've got in your daily life. You might think, I really should stop smoking, or I need to cut back on my drinking, or I think I want to give up red meat, or whatever it is. And you start examining it. It has a kind of wave of an impact on your day-to-day living, and it's a direct consequence of the information that's been taken into your sort of pool of knowledge, and how it's forced you to grow spiritually. It's all part of the cycle, but you might feel depressed, dissatisfied, disconnected with your life. You might feel friction in certain areas of your life, and you feel, gosh, I'm doing all this spiritual development, and here I am, and I'm not happy. I'm not satisfied with my physicality. I'm not satisfied with my day job. I'm not satisfied with certain relationships. I feel that I'm not achieving the things I want to achieve, and you get really restless, and it triggers in you changes in your life. They're a consequence of you raising up your vibration. You will be forced to make some changes in your life that fit the new stage you're at, where you're at now. And then as you do that, you will find the joy and the passion and the energy and the zest for life coming back, because as you realign your life with the new knowledge and your new higher vibration, you will know when things start to fit and work for you. And when you get sort of back into that, you will then find that you're ready for another download. You take the spirit, sort of give you things as you can handle them. And what I want to say to you is, you have to start paying attention to, where you're at. You'll know that if you've been heavily going into new topics, if you've been learning new skills or trying out new things, and you've been pushing even in day-to-day learnings, of earthly matters. These are all downloads as well, because they all go into the pot to shape who you are, your pool of knowledge. And you'll find that things that you're doing, in your earthly life are complemented by the things that you're learning of a more spiritual nature. The two work in combination and in beautiful harmony when you're integrating all these energies, and you're following your intuition about the changes you will need to make. And you will need to make changes. You can't grow your mind spiritually and not change your life. You can't know about this stuff. Oh, lovely energy there. You can't know about all these new wonderful things and have this new wonderful understanding and continue to have the kind of life, where you're not following your own learnings. We have to grow and develop continually. That's what life's all about. It is a journey of these shifts and changes and challenges and new ideas and new learnings. And, when I look back at, who I was as a young woman and to who I am now, there's just so much more in there, there's so much wisdom that's been acquired. It's all come at a price. Some things you've actually experienced, some things you've read about, some things you've observed in others, and it's all piling in there and forming into this resource, that alters you. It alters who you are as a person, and it builds into quite an impressive range of things. I've noticed myself over Christmas, I was very ill. That's another sign of sometimes just too dramatic a shift in energy. I know that these energies, combined with what's coming down there and what I'd been pursuing myself, I think I just did too much. I took it just a wee bit too far, given the conditions that are going on in the planet at the minute and the massive shifts the planet's having. We have to sort of monitor our energy levels and what we're asking of ourselves in our own sort of learning journey. And I got very ill over Christmas. I'm still slightly ill, but I understand it, and it is a cellular shift. I've had a lot going on in the throat chakra, and I am absolutely convinced that it's to do with what I will be putting out there in the world in this next year. I believe that it's energetically tuning me up. I don't understand all the ins and outs of it, but I know that the throat chakra is the where I'm building up strength to be able to pass knowledge on to you, to get what's all in here out there, and hopefully give you the shortcut sort of exam notes version of the learnings, rather than you have to trawl through a lot of misinformation that's currently out there. So if you're feeling low, it might just be a sort of temporary effect of the higher energies that are about at the moment, and it will pass. And what I'm saying to you is, be kind to yourself. Don't be frustrated and push yourself and take on too much. Instead, what you need to do is nurture yourself. It is the winter. You've got to cozy up and rest and eat nourishing foods and follow your own inner intuition about what you're needing, not moment by moment, but across the day. You will feel if you need to slow down, or you need to get outside, or you need to create a big healthy meal, or just sit down and watch an old black and white movie. None of these things are wrong. I've been observing myself, and I've found that I've been really tired and really low in energy. I have been very ill, so it could be a consequence of that. But I've been reading, and it pops up in my different news feeds about these energies that are, really being pushed down onto the earth at the moment, and how it's causing dissonance in people. And you have to allow your cells in your body to acclimatise to the new basic level, and it will result in minor ailments like things that are going on in my throat. And if you can accept that and understand that it's temporary, and that the best course of action for yourself is to be kind to yourself, and to be accepting of your limitations and your humanity, just take things forward in baby steps. I can feel, I have a sense that I am gearing up for another download. I feel like I'm coming out of a time of withdrawal and, sort of quieter pursuits and concealed, and I'm getting ready to push forward again. And I think that that's a pattern. I don't think it's just me. So if you've been a bit out of it, a bit off, a bit down, a bit depressed, a bit tired, a bit confused, it's all good. That's all typical responses to you being urged to just withdraw a little bit, in order that things are the right conditions for your body and your spiritual bodies to absorb the changes that are happening right at this very minute. If you can just go with it, accept it, know about it, and then you can maybe follow, as you come out the other side of things, and you start to feel your energy kicking back in, and you start to feel your curiosity for another new subject, or to further develop something that you were interested in but you had to sort of stand back from. Your passion and your joy and your energy and your happiness and your health, they whoosh right back up. And I feel that we're all coming out of a bit of a dip, and we're getting ready to whoosh back and throw ourselves into the next thing for our personal journeys. So I wanted to share with you, because I had so many synchronicities around this concept that we have these waves of learning and waves of health and waves of energy, and that we have to work with the waves. We can't push forward, beat ourselves up, and not allow ourselves to just take time out and integrate things. Okay, I think it's a very exciting time, and there's some good stuff coming for us all. Big changes and shifts in the world, and I am looking forward to it. I think that we're all ready to start seeing progress in different areas, and I think we will do. And we're very much supported by the spirit world. We've got huge teams of people that are there helping us, and we're in regular contact with them. I'm going to be doing a wee video after this that goes into that a little bit more. It should be quite interesting, so I'm going to go off and do that now. And I'll just say to you that pay attention to how you're feeling, be kind to yourself, and when you get the green light, go for it, because everything's supporting you diving in. And don't be afraid to dive in and take great big bites of new topics, and then if you get the sense that you're getting a little overwhelmed by it all, then give yourself permission to step back and rest and withdraw and process it all. And you'll find that you navigate these waves and biorhythms from the spirit world with less extremes, less serious illnesses and things like that, and you can shorten the duration where you need to withdraw and integrate. That I think that's just in the nature of being a human. You have to allow yourself permission to be human. Okay, right, I'm going to go now, and I'll do this wee other video. Please take care of yourself. I'm wishing you all the very best, and I'm sending you much love and many blessings. Take care.